Now, this is, if you could hear me clap once, if you could hear me clap twice, if you could hear me clap 3 times. All right. So I know you guys are a great audience, and I am definitely going to need your undivided attention. So yesterday, I was out in the quad and I was talking to a student. And she was like, oh my gosh, my mom is coming tomorrow. And I was like, all right, there's a couple of students here on campus that their mom is always here, and I think that it's going to be fabulous and they love it. So I am sure that by the end of this, she's also going to love it. We are so blessed to have a parent coming to talk to us today. She's going to be doing a bit of storytelling here, and I'm sure there's something really proper that you're going to walk out of here with. I would like to introduce Mama Denaya, and she is going to be speaking with you today, so please give her a big hand of applause as she comes up. Karibu sana.
Asante sana. So how many of you all in here want to be successful by a show of hands? All right, so where do you want to be? Nike sweatshirt. Yeah. Where do you want to be? A lawyer. Okay. How about you? A lawyer. Okay. Green FK shirt. What do you want to be? You don't want to be? All right. One more person. What do you want to be? A doctor. Okay, great. You. Okay, what do you want to be? A Bitcoin miner. I love that. So how many of you know that being successful is a little bit more about who you want to be versus what you want to be? By a show of hands. Being successful is more about who you want to be versus what you want to be. So that means that while education is really, really important, it is not the #1 thing that's going to get you a front row seat to success. And so what I love about what Mr. Karuri did and does here, Mr. K, that he does here with the students is talk to them and show them the importance of public speaking. So how many of you all, when you do public speaking, you get a little bit nervous? Everyone. Well, I want to give a shout out to everyone that just came up and did that, because it takes a lot of courage. But also, public speaking is one of the most important skills that you can have that's going to lead you to success, not only here at FK, but also in organizations, for you to get into university, and ultimately for you to have a level of success. Okay, and so while for many of you, I'm sure it makes you nervous, we're going to talk about today 3 things that you can adopt, 3 ways that you can become a better speaker that are ultimately going to lead you to be a better leader and will help you achieve the success that every single person in here raised their hands to, okay? So I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story. When I was your age, I was really quiet. I was really shy, introverted. I didn't have a lot to say. My mom was a single mom. She was raising me and my sister, working multiple jobs, and that meant that I couldn't really have a lot of hobbies. I had to be at home. If I wasn't at school, that meant I had to help her with chores. I had to help raise my little sister, and it didn't allow me to really fully express who I wanted to be. And just like many of you, who I wanted to be was a doctor or a lawyer, the jobs that my parents and other people told me that I was supposed to be. And so that meant later on in life that I became more of a follower. You know, I wasn't necessarily making the best decisions. I was taking the easy route out. Things that were easy for me, that's what I was doing. I wasn't really challenging myself. And so that led up to me being an adult. But that changed about 3 years ago. I checked in with myself. I reflected on who I was and if I was living authentically. How many people know what authenticity is? Good, good. So authenticity is, are you really living the things that you love. What do you love to do? What makes you happy? What do you enjoy? Is that football? Is that dancing? Yeah, drawing. What you love. Authenticity is what you love. I was checking in with myself, and although I had this appearance of being successful, I was making a lot of money in my career. I had a nice car. I was living a great life, but I wasn't really successful. I was kind of miserable. So then I had a level of awareness, right? I was checking the community around me, my friends, people in my workplace. They were also kind of miserable. They weren't living that authenticity in their life. So then I decided I was going to be audacious. I was going to be bold and do something that nobody in my friend group or my family thought that I was going to do. I decided to move to a whole nother country with my family in like 6 months. People told me that I was crazy. In fact, they're still saying that I'm crazy. But because I decided that authentically, I wasn't living the values of adventure, peace, safety, joy, fun, that I needed to make a change. The awareness that I had in my community was that there were many other people that were living the same way. And to be bold was something that I needed to do in order to change my life around and make decisions that were a lot more authentic for me. And so those are the 3 things that I want you guys to be thinking about when it comes to being a speaker, but also a leader, which is what everybody said that they want. Ultimately is to be successful. So authentically, who are you? What do you love to do? What makes you happy? And then next, have awareness. So there are a lot of different things happening in your communities, right? There are a lot of different things happening in your country, on your continent. Can you identify different problems that need to be solved? Different ways that you can help people, that you can add value to people? Because remember, it's not about what you do, it's who you help that ultimately allows you to achieve the level of success that I think a lot of us as adults are now learning. You have a unique opportunity as students and as young people to live in the time where you can be bold and you can tell your stories. You can create the narrative that you want to see, that you want to hear about, that you want to be inspired about. You know, going back to this bold decision of moving to an entirely new country and also having an awareness that there were a lot of people that weren't necessarily living their true lives. I decided to be bold and share my story on a platform that all of you all know called YouTube. Today, I'm sharing my story and inspiring over 15,000 people all over the world. The narrative of what they thought Africa was, Tanzania was, is changing because I decided to be authentic. I decided to have an awareness of a need, a problem that needed to be solved. And I was bold enough to make a decision to change it, even despite my fear of public speaking. So today I want to challenge and invite all of you all to think about those things. If you want to be successful, what is it that you want to do? What are the things that make you happy? What are the things that you think can create change in your environment? And how bold are you going to be? And what are the stories that you're going to tell? Thank you.
Thank you. I'm wondering if there are any sort of questions. I see questions. Okay. All right. So if you have a question, then just we're gonna go like in maybe this direction, this way. And so just make sure that when you ask your questions, you're loud and proud. I'll come and stand next to you. and hand the mic to our speakers so that she could answer. And I'll come next to you, and if I need to repeat it, then I will, but try to be loud and proud with your question.
So when you said like to be successful, right? So I want to know like how. No, that's not what I mean. Like how you like became bold and proud and.
I understand. That's a really good question. So a lot of times we think, right, that success equals having things. And while things do help you be happy. Money is a tool that we all need. You know, if we didn't have money, as your parents, we didn't have money, you couldn't go to this beautiful, lovely school, right? But it's also about the value that you're bringing people. So what I found is it wasn't about how much money I was making. Now I feel a level of success because people come to me and they say, wow, you really helped me. You changed my perspective of, what it would mean to live in another country, or you changed my perspective of what it means to talk about helping people through hard times, or you changed how I felt about what I thought I knew about the continent. So it really is about what you like to do and inspiring somebody to maybe do that as well. So success looks different to many different people, but you have to decide authentically inside what really makes you happy. Does that make sense?
My question was, what do you do for a living?
What do I do now?
Yeah.
So I'm a business consultant. So I help African creators get access to capital. I help them get customers, and I help them with opportunities for growth. So getting them connected with brands and people that can help them grow.
Three more questions. Oh, no. Give it to me.
Yeah, I'm just like want to say like something. I don't know if someone else told you this, but you're a hero.
Let's have respect for our classmates.
You can hear me clap, guys? You can hear me clap, guys? Thank you for your attention, guys.
Do you ever lose courage in what you're doing?
Yeah, all the time. All the time. Sometimes you have to fake it, and then sometimes I have to remind myself that what I'm doing is good and it's helpful and people need my help. And so that is what helps me get up and do it again. But every day is not easy. You have to find the things that motivate you. For me, it's my girls, and also knowing that I'm helping people.
So you immigrated to Tanzania and left most of your things behind, but you took your family and you just followed your passion. You didn't have any ups or downs most of the time?
Well, of course I had ups and downs. Of course. Everything in life that's worth having comes with ups and downs. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so I want to say that who gives you the idea to like go to YouTube and say what you want to say and help people? Because I also want to help people in Bitcoin because I know a lot of stuff about it, so I want to also do the same thing that you did. So how what to start with?
Yeah, that's a great question. So when I decided that I wanted to move abroad, and specifically that I wanted to move to Tanzania, I started looking on YouTube and I started watching other people share their story, and it inspired me and it helped me. So it took me about a year to have the confidence to say, well, if those people had enough courage to share their story and it was helpful, then why shouldn't I have enough courage to do the same thing? Even if it's not perfect, even if I come on the camera and I mess up my words or I don't say the right thing, eventually I'll get better. And so I started researching, right? So I went on YouTube, how to start a YouTube channel. I invested in myself and took a course on how to do that and how to make sure that I was consistent enough to reach the right audience. So I think you have a great skill. It's so important. It's going to solve a lot of problems that many people here in Tanzania and really all over the continent will face in the future. And so not only do you owe it to yourself and your internal passion of what you love to do with mining crypto, it's something that is going to help a lot of people. And I think you'll find a lot of success if you move forward in that. So just get started. Just do it. Okay?
I wanted to ask, why did you come to Tanzania?
Why? So many reasons, but I'll tell you the top 3 reasons. The beauty of the country, it's on the ocean and there are mountains. The second, it's one of the fastest growing economies in the world. So that means opportunity for business, opportunity for growth, and foreign investment. And then the third was also quality of life. You can live a beautiful, beautiful quality of life, spending time with friends and family, having great access to food, and being able to explore, and really enjoying your life. So yeah, those are the top 3 reasons.
You said something about you on your YouTube channel, right? Well, there's a lot of cyberbullying, so do you ever deal with that in your YouTube channel?
Yeah, that's a good question. I do deal with that, but I'd say the majority of people that engage with my channel are positive. So I overlook the negative because the majority of it is positive. And I think that's general to life, right? There's always going to be 1 or 2 people that try to mess with you and try to take you down. But if you look at it with a wider lens, you have way more people that love you and support you than those that don't. So that's what I focus on, the positive, and the people that I'm helping and the people that share positivity.
All right, so once again, give a big round of applause and show some love. So thank you so much once again, and I hope that as you guys are walking out of here today, please take a seat. As you're walking out of here today, that you remember to be bold, and remember to be bold, and remember to be bold. You guys have a great weekend. We love you. Be bold.